If you would ask my younger self what my favorite animated series was, the answer was simple: Naruto. I was captivated by its unique world, intense battles, and unforgettable characters. As I grew older, my appreciation deepened, and so did my criticisms. I came to love Naruto's themes: the endless cycle of violence, how human life is treated as expendable, and the power of connection in a world torn apart by war. Even though the ending left much to be desired, the series still holds a special place in my heart. But no matter how much time passes, one character continues to frustrate me: Zetsu. Introduced at the end of part 1, just after the iconic Valley of the End fight, Zetsu immediately stood out. His two-faced, black and white design was intriguing, and like many fans, I speculated wildly about his powers and motivations. He was different from the rest of the Akatsuki, and as members fell in battle, my curiosity about Zetsu only grew. But then Kishimoto made it painfully clear: Zetsu is nothing more than a bland plot device. Unlike other memorable characters, Zetsu's true form is dull, his abilities unremarkable, and his interactions with others forgettable. He meanders in the background until suddenly, he's needed to deliver the story's final twist, and it's a doozy. Sometime later, in one especially infamous scene, Zetsu claims responsibility for the entire history of shinobi wars and conflicts, saying he manipulated everything with the sole purpose of reviving Kaguya. This line is one of the worst in the entire series. Think about it. Does Zetsu say this to psych Naruto out? It feels like empty boasting with a sliver of truth, highlighting Zetsu's manipulative nature. But ultimately, it's just terrible writing. Why is it such a problem? Because it trivializes a complex, nuanced issue that Naruto brought up brilliantly: the cycle of violence. Throughout the story, the conflicts between Pain, Obito, Madara, and Naruto all explore deep questions. How does a world rooted in endless warfare find peace? Is the problem the shinobi village system that treats its soldiers like tools? Is it outdated honor codes, imperial ambition, or something more systemic? Should the ruling daimyo be held accountable? And how much are the Kage themselves to blame? These themes aren't simple, and they deserve complexity. But instead of addressing these layered questions, we get Zetsu claiming he alone caused it all. This turns centuries of conflict into a cheap plot twist, making the story feel small and simple when it was never meant to be. I believe Kishimoto wants to make Zetsu seem like a genius manipulator. After all, he fooled some of the smartest characters in the series. But because Zetsu's claims are never disproven, the narrative loses credibility. Some fans even buy into the idea that Zetsu is responsible for everything, which dangerously oversimplifies the story's deeper messages. Naruto's world is fundamentally broken at its core, and evil masterminds aren't the root cause. Even if every villain is defeated, without fixing the system, the cycle will just repeat with the next generation. What frustrates me the most is how Zetsu declaring himself the big bad, the mastermind behind every conflict and tragedy, not only reduces Kaguya to being a mere tool, but also makes the story as a whole weaker. Naruto's real antagonist was never a single villain, but the world itself. A world shaped by centuries of violence, hate, and pain, where every generation inherits the sins of the past. That's the story Naruto was telling up until this moment. Then it all falls apart, and Zetsu becomes the physical embodiment of that failure. The war arc was rough, but that line from Zetsu is when the story truly jumped the shark for me. Despite all this, Naruto remains a series I love, flaws and all. But Zetsu is the one flaw that still stings. If you enjoyed this dive into one of Naruto's narrative missteps, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.